And welcome to Wednesday. Today is just regular letters. This one is from an Aileen in Oregon. My husband committed suicide, and I was the one to find him, and I still can't believe he's gone. We have two little girls, and I just want to know why and want him to know that his girls and I love him and miss him very much. I just want to know that he's okay and that he's at peace with whatever it was that was tormenting him. I still can't understand why he would do that, let alone in the home where I would find him, but I would love some peace of mind. Any suggestions? Just because your husband committed suicide, and I am sorry for your loss, I would have no way of knowing from your letter if he has crossed over or not. I don't know what his religious beliefs were. There are some religions that, suicides are the worst things in the world. And then there are others that it's okay. So, no, my suggestion to you, Aileen, is get on Zoom. The next one is on the 27th, Monday of June. And get on here and let's see if he's there or not. And then you can ask him why he did what he did and why he did it so that you could find him. I agree. I think you and your daughters need answers. So I think it should come on Zoom and let's figure this out. This one is from Desiree in Michigan. I believe someone is trying to talk to me. I have strange things happen around me a lot, but sometimes it seems strong. Fishing hole is trying to get my attention. A couple of months ago, I thought I heard something while we were fishing, so since I hadn't had any luck, I decided to investigate. I went to where I heard the sound and found items that indicated a drop spot for some sort of criminal activity. Empty wallet, backpack, baseball bat, and a few other items. Since then, it feels like as if someone is watching us, not all of the time, only when I hear a sound and it's brought to my attention. What should I do? Well, if I found the drop spot, as you call it, with all of this stuff there, I think I would have called the police or the sheriff. You don't know who that stuff belongs to or who put it there. And it wasn't a ghost that did it. That was done by a live person. And that could be very dangerous. So this is something you probably shouldn't mess with. I would suggest, Desiree, that you come on Zoom too. Let's see if there is somebody following you. Yes, it could be somebody that was murdered and that was their stuff that you found. But, that's why in this instance, I really think you need to get, law enforcement involved in it. Seriously, come on Zoom and let's at least see if somebody is with you. Even if you come on Zoom and nobody is with you that particular, time while you're on, doesn't mean that I still won't be able to pick up on energy from somebody. And it could be the person that was killed, if that was the case. So I think I would try that and see how that goes. This one is from Lauren in California. I've had a great deal of spirit activity in my house lately. I smudge about every 2 weeks, but I can still feel a strong presence. I have cathedral ceilings in 3 rooms, and last week it dawned on me that the energy in my house might go as high as the top of the ceilings. I've always smudged the corners in my rooms really well, but I'm not about to lug a ladder around the house to smudge. So can spirits hide up high at cathedral ceilings? Unfortunately, yes, they can. And that's probably exactly what's happening, which I'm so sorry you've gone through all the trouble to smudge and do it correctly and have this happen. How frustrating. Um, there's a couple things that you can do. If it's an attic that you can't get into, you take off the little wooden cover over the hole, have the smudge stick going, and have a hair dryer blowing the smoke up there. You can't very well do that with a cathedral ceiling. So if you don't have one, borrow one from somebody or buy one, but get a fan, a smaller fan that can rotate, that once you sit it on the floor, you can turn it so it blows straight up. That way you can light your smudge stick and have the smoke be blown to the top of the ceilings with the fan. And it's 100% easier to lug around a fan than it is a ladder to get to the cathedral ceiling. This one is from Emmeline. My name is Mary. I'm from Canada. My name is Mary, and I'm from Canada. My sister and I, Emily, oh, there's where Emily came from. We're back in our parents' house, and because I completed my school grade, I came back at the family house to make money and buy my own house. I sleep in the basement where was the bedroom of my older sister, Emily. I felt a spirit, and Emmeline always knew somebody was there too. I knew that my sister left it too when she left here. Someday I just tell him to go because I think it's a man ghost. It's like he comes and he checks on me. I'm happy because I'm saving money and able to buy my own house. But maybe I would like to know if I buy my own house, if he is going to come with me. I don't see them, but I feel them. Why can I see? Why can't I see them and just? Why can't I see them and just feel them? Sorry, I hope my English is not so bad. Your English is fine. I have no way of knowing if the ghost is going to follow you when you leave the house. Obviously, your sister did leave the house, and is he with her all the time now and just coming back and checking on you? Or is he with you all the time and going back to her? Don't know. And people from other countries do come on Zoom, and why don't you come on Zoom and let's see if there's something going on in your house. The only thing I would suggest, being that it is your parents' house, I guess I would ask their permission before you did that. But I think that would probably give you the information that you want if you even have somebody there. This one is from Jim, and my father has been gone for over 30 years. He passed away while I was living in a different house than the one I am presently in. The house that he lived in at the time had been sold, and I am sorry, but I am a non-believer in this sort of thing, I think. I was curious if there's any way that I might be getting visited by him, but I'm not accepting it. I would love to know if he can see me, but I have not had any indication. Okay, Jim, it's okay if you don't believe this. Not everybody believes this stuff. And I never try to change anybody's mind because I don't really care if you believe or not. It doesn't make any difference to me. You're going to get your best answer that if your dad has crossed over, that he should be coming in a dream. I don't know if you remember your dreams or not. And sometimes it's hard if you're on any kind of prescription. Sometimes that retards dreams. If you work weird hours, that sometimes, can retard dreams where you can't remember them. But that would be the best way. If your father has crossed over, he will come in a dream to you, and you can talk to him in a dream, and you can ask him a question that nobody else has an answer to. And if he gives you the right answer, then you're going to know it's your dad. Besides looking good and healthy and happy, you will be able to talk to him. And I hope you get your dream. I hope you get your dream. If you don't remember your dreams, get an herb called mugwort, Mugwort, and that works really, really well to remember your dreams. Put it between your pillowcase and your pillow. And the mugwort is on the dream bags are on my website. And I think it was really important for him to come in a dream. I think it will probably give you a lot of peace, Jim. Thanks. This one is from Pam. My daughter sees ghosts, some good like her grandmother, and then last night she said that there were so many they were rushing through like a marathon. Help would be appreciated. I remember at one of your appearances that you said that using salt was a help. Cannot remember how. Any other suggestions? Please let me know. Well, you don't say how old your daughter is. And so that could be, something to do with how many she's seeing. Grandma you're right. Seeing parents or grandparents that have died is not unusual, so that tells me that she probably can see spirits that crossed over. But then when you say it looked like a marathon with them running through the house, just because I've never seen that doesn't mean that can't happen. But that seems like it's a little extreme. So I would definitely suggest you get on Zoom and let's see exactly what's going on in the house. Or you are local, you can call and let's see what's going on in the house. I'm running about 4.5 weeks and before I make back calls. So why don't you either come on Zoom, and like I said, the next one's the 27th of June, or, give me a call. I just don't think anybody's children should be afraid to stay in their own house. And I think something should be done. This one is from Abby. I'm wondering if the departed know how you felt about them, even if you did not tell them when they were alive. My brother passed away while we never discussed his sexuality. I fear he thought I'd be disappointed in him or think less of him because he was gay. I've always hoped that when he passed, he knew that I loved him very much and that it didn't matter to me. Do spirits know things after they pass that they didn't know before? Yeah, Abby, they do. And they could be sitting around listening to you talk. You could be having friends over and listening to you talk. If he is around you when you're talking, he is going to hear anything you have to say. That's why I tell people when you go to a funeral home to pay your last respects, while you're kneeling there, say quietly under your breath anything that you wanted to say to this person. They can't read your mind. So you have to say it, quietly. They'll be standing at the foot of the casket, or you can get up and, walk to the foot of the casket and pretend like you're looking at the flowers and who sent them. But that's where you want to talk and tell whatever. But, your brother could have been standing over your shoulder while you were writing this letter. And so he knows exactly how you feel. And when you see him in a dream, if he's crossed over, then tell him when you see him that everything is good and you were happy and you were okay with his choices. And this one is from Sebastian in St. Louis. I just finished reading When Ghosts Speak, and I have to admit I'm not a big reader, but your book certainly held my attention. I went right to your webpage when I finished the book. I have been searching for years trying to figure out what is wrong with my son. My sister and I feel the males in our family are cursed. Our boys are all over 30 and have had lifelong struggles with impulse control, drugs, legal problems, accidents, lying as easily as they breathe are just some of the day-to-day issues. We are so confused and shattered over the waste that they have made of their promising futures. Their home lives were stable and they had lots of support growing up. They had pretty much normal childhoods. The behavioral problems started around late teen years with all three boys, my son and my sisters too. After reading your book, I was wondering if it's possible an earthbound ghost could be attached to them by a family curse. I'm going to stop right here. Ghosts do not curse people. Negative energy is put on people by live people, not dead people. Now, it sounds more to me that the guys have an attachment of some kind that are making them act like they're 10 years old. And it very well could be a ghost, and that's not an unusual age, late teens, early 20s, to have an earthbound spirit hook up with somebody. And you got the drugs, you've got accidents, the lying, probably alcohol, and this is all things that an earthbound spirit could persuade the three guys to do. So that's probably what it is. I doubt very seriously if it's a curse. But you could come on Zoom, and both you and your sister should come on Zoom. Or, well, I should say this, only if you're calling from where the child or one of the guys lives. I mean, if your son doesn't live with you anymore, there's no sense in calling me unless you're going to have him there so that I can see if something's attached to him. And a lot of times, if they've got a ghost attached to them, the ghost is going, oh, no, we're not going there. And they'll give you a hard time about it. But see if it can be worked out. See if they don't want to come on Zoom, if they will at least let you make a call to me from their house, and let's see if something's going on in the house that way. But yeah, it sounds like there's definitely something going on here. And let's see if we can improve the rest of their lives by getting rid of whatever's attached to them, if that's the case. Thank you so much for listening. Again, the next Zoom is on June 27th. This coming Tuesday, for use of those that are local, the book club is over at the Goddess Elite at 7 p.m. We will be reading A Walk in the Shadows. This is all about shadow people. And the author will be there, so it should be a good evening. Tomorrow, if you are up late, I will be on with Raleigh James from 11 at night till midnight on WGN radio, taking calls. And Saturday on the 25th of June, I will be from 1 to 4 at the Goddess Elite for a meet and greet. Bring the kids, bring pictures, let me look at stuff, bring tape recordings, let me hear things. Let me see what I can, tell you from what you bring. And later that evening at 6 p.m., there will be a talk That one is for adults only, nobody under 18, and we'll go into more depth there. Okay, have a great week. Try to stay cool, and everybody have a good Father's Day this Sunday. Thanks. Bye-bye.